I'm inside of ManyChat and I'm going to show you how to set up an automation so that when someone comments on your post on Instagram, you will directly send them a message, a DM with the link to your freebie or your product or your landing page or wherever you want to send them. I'm going to show you how to set up this automation the easiest way. On the left over here, just click on automations, tap on it, new automation. There's going to be a ton of templates you can use. I typically just like to start from scratch because it's super simple. You could also click on this auto DM links for comments. This is going to give you the same output, but let's just do it from scratch so you can see how to do it. Tap post or reel comment. You can see here you could do either story reply, direct message, but what you're going to do here is this is going to make sure that whenever they comment on your post or your reel, that it replies with that link. So we'll tap this one. Look here on the left. You'll have to have the pro plan if you want to choose any post or any reel, and I would highly suggest that. Otherwise, you're going to have to do a specific post or reel and then come in here every single time for every reel to create an automation for every reel, and not ideal. So if you have the pro plan, you can do any post or any reel, and then you can choose your keyword right here. So I always recommend choosing something that is related to the thing that you're either giving away or the product. So let's say if I was giving away or leading people to my Instagrowth formula, then here I could be like, let's put formula as the keyword, right? And so then it says they will get an opening DM. You can customize this message right here. So just click in there, type what you want. But basically, they're going to have to click on send me the link. And then here you can choose, do you want to send them a direct message asking to follow you before they get the link? So do you want to make it a requirement that they follow you before you're going to send them this link? Or do you want to actually collect their email here? Now, I don't collect their email in ManyChat. You can do that. If you do that, then you're going to have to connect your email subscriber software to ManyChat so that the email gets entered into the software. I just feel like I like things simple, so I don't do that. Basically, what I do is I send them a link to a landing page that I've already created. And sometimes that's in Kajabi. Sometimes I create that in Samcart, but basically a landing page that just collects their name and email address. And then from there, the email is sent to them with the free thing or with the link to, a resource. If I'm directly sending them a message to, let's say, a product, then I don't need to do that, right? You don't need to send a landing page and collect an email address. You would just directly send a message with a link to the product. So it depends on what you're trying to do. If you're trying to collect email addresses and, put out a lead magnet or a freebie, then I would suggest creating a landing page and then putting the link here where it says, and then they will get a DM with the link. So you can write like a custom message. Like you could just say, here's the link. And then you click on this link. Oops, this is the button label. So you would say like, click here. And then whatever the link is, save. And then you can also choose a follow-up DM if they don't click the link. So if you turn that on, I'll send them another message that says, if you're still curious, don't forget to send the link. I think you'll love it. You can also customize that message as well. Again, all of these are customizable. So click in there, type what you want. I don't have this on mine, but that's because this is newer. You had to manually set this up for. So if you really want to, I suggest probably putting that on there and making people follow you first before you send them the thing. And then you just have to click on go live. That's literally it. So now when someone comments formula on one of my Instagram reels or posts, it's going to send them this message that says, hey there, I'm so happy you're here. Thanks so much for your interest. Click below. I'll send the link in just a sec. They click on send me the link. And then they get another message that says, here's the link. Click here. And they click here and it takes them to the link. Okay. So that's simple. I like to keep it this simple. You can get way more in depth, but I prefer things simple. So that's the simplest way, in my opinion, to set up a direct message automation in ManyChat.